In my line of work, I see a lot of really bad tinnitus treatments. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the worst offenders from a $1 tinnitus treatment all the way up to a $5,000 tinnitus treatment. Hopefully, this video will save you time and money. Let's get into it with our first treatment, the $1 ear clip for tinnitus. Guys, this is a silicone clip with little magnets at the end of it, and you're supposed to place it on this part of your ear, which medically is referred to as the tragus. It claims to use gentle pressure and magnetic therapy, thus reducing the volume of tinnitus. This product seems to be capitalizing on the mediocre success of electromagnetic stimulation in treating tinnitus, a process which requires advanced equipment that typically applies strong stimulation to the ear in a few different intervals. These magnets, however, are cheap and imitation. They couldn't be strong enough to even have a mildly similar effect. So its dual use of acupressure, also unimpressive. There's no evidence that this ear clip is going to help your tinnitus. Next up, we have the $5 tinnitus ointments. This is a cream applied behind the earlobe comprised of water and extracts of ginkgo leaf, chamomile, cedarwood, and hibiscus flower. It claims that by massaging it into the skin, it will ease your tinnitus symptoms. If you weren't already skeptical when you heard that the first ingredient is water, know that none of these extracts have been clinically proven to help tinnitus. Beyond that, a topical cream isn't likely to help your ear in the first place because tinnitus is often caused by the relationship between the auditory organ, the cochlea, which is deep past your eardrum, the auditory nerve, and the auditory brain. I can't stress enough that applying cream below your earlobe is really not addressing the problem. However, managing pressure points in general can have a calming effect, which for some people could reduce tinnitus. However, anything that calms you down could be beneficial in your overall health and wellness, thus potentially making it easier to deal with tinnitus. Things are only getting more expensive and more ridiculous from here on, so let's continue next. Next up, we have the tinnitus inhaler. This is a $10 tinnitus treatment where you're supposed to inhale it through your nostril just like that. It has a calming effect, perhaps, maybe a numbing effect as well. For me, I'm noticing like tingling. It's essentially a small nasal inhaler which contains purified water, spearmint, witch hazel, and dry lotus extracts. The product claims to use ancient Chinese herbs to help reduce tinnitus. There is some connection here between the nasal passageway and the space behind the eardrum, but that has nothing to do with tinnitus. I would not use this, and I'm pretty upset that it even exists. Next up, we have the $15 Tinnitus Patch. This is a small adhesive patch that's affixed behind your ear or on the soles of your feet and replaced every 8 to 12 hours. The patch contains herbs common to Chinese medicine like safflower and honeysuckle. How it supposedly works is that the skin absorbs the herbs, which according to the product's claims promotes focus and comfort, minimizing distractions caused by tinnitus. I don't recommend the tinnitus patch. None of the ingredients are associated with inner ear health or have been proven to reduce tinnitus. And let's be honest, you're using this on your skin. How is that ever going to get to your ears? This doesn't really make much sense, let alone your auditory brain. The patch does smell nice, however, and pleasant smells can help calm you down and reduce some stress, but hardly will do anything for your tinnitus. Unsurprisingly, the tinnitus patch, as well as everything that we covered so far, is not regulated or approved by the FDA. Next up, we have the $25 Flare Calmer. This is a earplug that reduces high-pitched noises without blocking out the sound entirely. By reducing only certain irritating pitches or frequencies, this Flare Calmer earplug claims to make trigger noises more manageable. Now, I don't recommend the Flare Calmer for tinnitus alone. For starters, the product's own website openly says the product was not created to treat tinnitus, and while some people find it has helped their symptoms, they don't recommend buying it for this purpose. This could be a tool for folks with hyperacusis, however, which is heightened sound sensitivity, everyday sounds like water running, dishes clanking, voices, driving in a car on the highway. Those sounds are just too loud. I wouldn't recommend using earplugs long-term for sound sensitivity, but for some of our patients that we help, it does make sense to consider the Flare Calmer, but not for tinnitus. When I have patients who come in sensitive to sounds and are using earplugs consistently, we have to actually wean them off slowly so we can desensitize their auditory system. We're just getting started here in this video, and while the products I've reviewed so far are disappointing, I don't want you to give up hope. In our telehealth practice, Treble Health, 85% of our patients show a significant reduction in their tinnitus. And I work with patients every day to help them learn to manage their symptoms in a way that their tinnitus comes down over time and they can live fulfilling and productive lives. So if you're ready to take control of your tinnitus, please schedule a free consultation with a specialist from my team at Treble Health. You can expect to come away with a customized treatment plan to address your symptoms with scientifically proven methods. Click the link on the screen to get started today, and one of our specialists will be here to help you. We're working our way up in this video to treatments that are $5,000, so stick around. Next up, we have the $50 Tinnitus Gummies. This is a multivitamin that contains zinc, vitamins A, C, and E, beetroot, acai berry, and goji berry. How it supposedly works is that the innermost part of the ear contains a high concentration of zinc. And other vitamins in these gummies are commonly proposed as generally beneficial for ear health. The other ingredients have a variety of nutrients that can help with things like inflammation, but it's missing the point that none of these supplements, none of these vitamins are going to individually change tinnitus. Tinnitus is not caused by a vitamin deficiency, okay? And in 2022, the American Journal of Otolaryngology, which are doctors of ear, nose, and throat, they found that low zinc levels were not associated with tinnitus. So we found very weak evidence to support the use of any dietary supplements in treating tinnitus. In general, it's great to be sure that you're not suffering from any vitamin deficiencies, so consider talking to your physician, getting a blood test, etc. And while eating acai and other, healthy berries inside of these gummies is both delicious and healthy, be very, very skeptical of supplements that claim that fixing a deficiency in your diet will meaningfully impact your tinnitus. Next up, we have the $75 tinnitus treatment. These are Cexi ear drops. They are a daily oral formula comprised of minerals, herbs, and vitamins that claims to help ear health and promote auditory clarity. How it supposedly works is that they're targeting the blood flow to the ear, promoting the health of inner ear cells, and reducing ear inflammation, among other benefits. I don't recommend this product either, however, because there have been no clinical trials on the product, nor is it FDA approved. The overall science behind it doesn't make much sense. Tinnitus isn't a problem with the inner ear health, something that can just be restored quickly. Oftentimes, this is changes that can't be removed in the ear, and they create this temporary increase of tinnitus in the auditory system between the auditory nerve and the auditory brain. So the cells in the ear don't need to change, but your tinnitus can come down over time with the right treatment in place. In 2023, the Better Business Bureau reported a pattern of customer complaints about Cexi, and the product has very questionable advertising. So as I've explained, eardrops and things that you put inside of your ear or even in your mouth for tinnitus, they just simply don't work. Next up, we have a $100 a year tinnitus treatment. This is Audio Cardio. Again, I don't recommend this, but what it is, it's a mobile app that uses inaudible sound therapies, very soft, high-pitched sounds, to stimulate the cells in your ear and thus maintain and strengthen your hearing, so they claim. Now, they refer to their app as physical therapy for your hearing, and they claim to customize the treatment to address the frequencies where you've lost hearing due to aging or sound exposure. Then by stimulating those cells, it supposedly fires up the neurons to improve your hearing. And they claim that this can be beneficial to those experiencing tinnitus caused by hearing loss. Why I don't recommend it is that none of the many studies listed on its site directly address tinnitus, and most of their existing studies were performed on chinchillas and mice. Even though they had some credibility with the institutions who were doing the research, I personally feel very low confidence that this is going to actually change anyone's hearing, let alone their tinnitus. So I would say save your money, do not use Audio Cardio. And don't forget that there are other sound therapies developed directly to address tinnitus. We offer many of them here at Treble Health. If you use a targeted sound therapy treatment plan with devices set up personalized for you, you're likely to see an improvement and a reduction in your tinnitus over time. because patients who come to us, they often have a 7 out of 10, a 6 out of 10 intensity of tinnitus. And after a treatment period, we can bring that down to a 2 or a 3 out of 10. And that's life-changing. So just remember, if you're using sound, don't try something like the Audio Cardio app. Use the tried and true gold standard model of sound therapy treatment for tinnitus. Next up, we have a $500 tinnitus treatment. This is ear laser treatment. What this is, it's a small laser that you could apply into your ear at home, and you would consistently do this in an effort to regrow the hearing cells. How it supposedly works is in the 1960s, low-level laser therapy was found to increase blood microcirculation and promote an increase in cell reproduction. This was believed to be able to help repair damaged tissue. Why I don't recommend this for tinnitus is that a meta-study in 2020 analyzed 11 studies of 670 patients and found no significant improvement from laser therapy. It sounds high-tech and convenient, but you're not going to perceive any benefit from this, so please don't even bother. Next up, we have a $1,000 tinnitus treatment. This is Neosensory. It's a wristband with vibrating motors and a smartphone app that provides daily sound exercises. Essentially, it plays different tones that you'll hear at the same time as feeling the vibrations on your wrist. It claims to use bimodal stimulation, which is a synchronized mix of sound and vibrations to potentially retrain the brain to ignore tinnitus. Now, what the wristband does is it claims to improve tinnitus symptoms in 2 months with 10 minutes a day of treatment in 91% of users. Don't be fooled by that number. I think that is completely off. And I've actually used this product with some of our patients at Treble Health when it first came out. We found very poor results. Maybe half of our patients thought that it was helping them, which is very bad because in the world of tinnitus, if 50% of people aren't sure if it's helping them at all, or it didn't help them, it's essentially doing nothing, okay? So I'm very skeptical about the results of what they're claiming in their marketing of saying a 91% improvement. That was only done with about 20 patients, and they didn't test for long-lasting results. I suspect the potential placebo effect or just natural resolution or improvements of tinnitus might have been involved in some of those cases. I don't recommend buying Neosensory unless there's more substantial research on its long-term effectiveness, so we don't recommend that to any of our patients now. Next up, we have a $5,000 tinnitus treatment that probably won't do that much for you. One of my patients had to go through the surgery himself only to realize that he felt worse after it was done. I was not happy with how this went for him, and neither was he. This is stem cell surgery for tinnitus. The idea here is that if you take cells from other parts of your body and put them in or around your ear, that it can help regrow some of the system and potentially some of the parts of the ear that are malfunctioning. The treatment would use specific stem cells that migrate to the cochlea, the hearing organ, where those damaged cells are located, then would restructure and repair the cells. Claims based on several studies have shown that human stem cells can repair auditory nerves and restore hearing in deaf animals. But I don't recommend this because we simply don't have enough studies of stem cell treatments done on humans. Existing research on animals could be promising, but it's insufficient. Guys, as you can see, there are plenty of ways to waste your money trying to treat tinnitus. But here at Treble Health, with our telehealth practice that I founded in 2020, we only use scientifically proven treatments that can actually offer meaningful relief and long-lasting treatment for you. And because each tinnitus case is unique, we need to customize your treatment approach for every one of you. There are things that work for most people. Those are the sound therapy. Those are the brain retraining. Those are the guided breathing. And if you commit to that with the right guidance, you're very likely to experience success. If you're curious about how we can help you, we do offer a free telehealth call with a specialist from my team who can speak to you and explain your options based on what's going on for you. To try it out, find the book a free call button on the screen right now. When you click it, you'll be brought to a website where you can schedule a free consultation at a time that's convenient for you, as early as today. We take our role very serious to help you find an effective tinnitus solution. So if you need help, you can contact my team and we're here to take care of you. Thank you so much. This is Dr. Ben Thompson with Treble Health. I'll talk to you soon.